Good morning, you guys. Welcome to the video. Today we're prepping the wagon here for her next road trip. Tomorrow we're heading up to Essen, which is home of the Essen Motorshow, which is like basically the German SEMA, and I can't wait to go. I've seen so many pictures this year already of all these crazy builds, and I can't wait to go see them in person. So tomorrow we're doing that, but today we must prep the wagon. So that means oil change, put my front mud flaps on, and a full tank of gas. Quick little stop at GK. We picked up an OEM filter, the man filter here, and you can see this one has the little socket tip on top of it, because where this one's located at, you can only get, if you're reaching down, you can only get about this much of a hand on it. It's gonna be a pain to try and grab and move. You have to put a socket on it to turn it out, and then again socket to put it back in, and I just don't want to struggle with it. So OEM filter here. We also picked up this, also a man filter. This is the OEM air filter there, so we're gonna change the filter, the oil. I have to go on base now and grab oil. They didn't have the weight that I wanted here. I was reading through all the comments on the video I posted about the 15,000 kilometers. Most people said the 15,000 kilometers is pretty normal and it should be fine. They said if you're doing long road trips, some people swap to 10W40, but the normal is 5W30. I think I'm gonna go with the 1040 because we do a lot of road trips in this car and a lot of long miles. So I think I'm gonna bump it up to a 10 weight 40. But other than that, the car's doing great. So we'll do the oil filter, the oil change, and the air filter here, and this car will be ready to go. And before we get too far in today's video, I just want to say thank you to you guys for all the love and support on all the recent videos. It's very difficult to make a video every single day, especially when it's like 29 degrees out most days and it's cold and rainy. But I do appreciate the love and support, so thank you guys so much. Not gonna lie, it was like semi-nice today and it just started raining. But I now have, where is it? Bam! Oil. So this is the same oil I used on the green car, the same 1.6, well, different 1.6, but same basic engine. Castrol, GTX, high mileage, 10W40. I read a lot of comments on what weight to use for this car, either 5W30, 540, or 1040. I do a lot of road trips in this car and does a lot of running in general, so I think 1040, a little bit thicker, is very good to use. Also, these cars come with Castrol from the factory, so before anyone says, why are you using Castrol? It comes in this car from the factory, so there's no issue with that at all. So we are set. The last thing to do is get some fuel, and then we are gonna go home and make this car ready for the trip tomorrow. Tiny bit under right now for what we usually get. Our first time was 644, second time was 666. Now we'll probably be about 644 again this time once we drive over there, but a little bit under. This car does really good in terms of mileage on the highway. Normal like city driving, it does a little bit worse, but it's still not terrible. The gas station on base on the weekends is always so incredibly packed. Look at the lines, good grief. All right, we've got ourselves a full tank of fuel. We're set back to 0 kilometers. This would be the one. We're gonna hit 700 kilometers on one tank of fuel. That's the goal. We should be able to go to Essen and back on one tank. It should only be a little under halfway by the time we get back, I believe. And then also got some of the STP, the full complete fuel system cleaner to put in the tank as well. So we'll see. Plus oil change and a new filter. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. We are ready for our very first oil change. I let the car sit for about an hour or so I shouldn't like melt my hand in any hot oil. So if you look down there, right there is the oil filter. Like I said, it's this super awkward spot, like right next to a hot heat shield, and you can't really grab it from the front side, so getting a 30mm socket on the front of that is super ideal to get it off and also put it back in. And like I said last time, this car has no like external like air box. This whole entire cover right here is actually the air filter itself. It goes in right there and goes all the way through back to the throttle body in that back corner, and the air filter is actually inside of here. I'll show you in just a second. Gotta get that nice thumbnail photo, and now we can begin. So we have the oil draining down there, as you can see. While the car's on, I pulled this wheel off real quick to get my new fancy mud flap on. This one actually has the logo on the front, which is really cool. So the ones I have right now only have it in the rear. The one on that side that I have doesn't have the logo, so I'm gonna swap both fronts because these look cooler. Very, very cool. So now we'll have this on this side, keeping all of the dirt, salt, whatever else from hitting too much of the car. Also, seeing this again, having the car like this, jacked up on one side, but like it's just lower on this side. I'm gonna put my coolers on. I'm gonna see KW at Essen tomorrow, but if I don't really hear back soon, I just wanna put my coolers on. I want the car to be low. I'm tired of it being high. Look at that, it looks so much better. So probably this coming up week we'll do the coilover because I'm just tired of waiting. And my strut spreader actually came in today, so I have all the tools necessary to do this. Went over to the shop real quick, and I'll probably do it this week coming up because I just want to be low. Bam! We officially have mud flaps all around. just trying to do my best to keep as much like salt and stuff off the side of the car as possible, and it's just nicer having it not go flying down the side of the car like dirt and stuff. I'm gonna try and wash this car at least like once a week, at least spray off the bottom side of the car. It's not gonna rust immediately, but obviously you don't want to leave salt on your car, so whatever I can do to kind of prevent that, I'm gonna try and do it. All right, so oil is done draining. Put the bolt back in the oil pan, and then we'll go ahead and pull the oil filter off next. So I swore I had a 30mm socket to go on the top of this filter here, but I do not. So I'm gonna try and use this one here. This is 74mm. That also fits on top of here. It's a little bit loose, but it might do the job. If not, I have one of these adjustable wrenches, but I swore I had a 30, so hopefully this still works. So with the help of my fancy adjustable wrench here, I was able to get the old oil filter out. It's actually, I mean, even though it's like a tight spot, it's very, very easy to get something on it and to turn it. So I actually don't mind this setup. So now I have our new one here. Put a little bit of oil on the gasket here and get it put back on. 4 quarts later of our finest castor oil, and the car is sitting right below the max line, so right where it's supposed to be. I have 1 quart extra because I've heard this engine loves oil and also burns oil as well, so 1 quart extra for on the road in case my light comes on again. Now we're gonna go ahead and move on to our air filter. So with this, if I'm not mistaken, it's these 2 screws and like the ones up here. Open this up and our air filter fits right inside there, I think.
What follows is a brief construction montage.
There's a few more screws than I had anticipated, but I think we got them all. Oh, it doesn't. Haha! Did it. And there's our filter. So as you can see, there's a great number of screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I think. I don't know, there's a whole lot. Way too many, I think. But here's our filter right here under the cover piece, and you can see it's very, very dirty. So we'll get our new one swapped in. And I'm sure the cars, and I'll definitely love that, being able to breathe a little bit, because that thing is, that thing's done so. Just a slight difference, you know. I mean, there's barely any difference between those two. It looks almost the same. We've got our nice new filter in. It's kind of interesting though, looking at how this design actually works. So it pulls air from right there up through the filter into the throttle body, also pulls air from there, same way through the filter into the throttle body. But both of these spots are right above the exhaust, the heat shield and the header. And that's just pulling straight hot air into the car. So I think with this car being such a small engine, it would benefit a whole lot from like a cold air intake. So look at this. So the throttle body's right there. If you put like a tube from there to a filter right over here, or like a little enclosed box filter over here, that would be like much cooler air than simply pulling air from right here. And look, you can see the head right there. It's pulling hot air just from this entire area. So I can't imagine, unless I'm wrong here, but I can't imagine pulling straight hot air from these 2 spots right here would be better than having like a filter go from right there and over to here and kind of get some, at least a bit cooler air than just like straight off the exhaust. Maybe I'm wrong, but just looking at this, I mean, that's pulling hot air in, and so is this. And I can't imagine that's helping the car with power. If I had another one off to the side, pulling in at least a little bit cooler air versus straight from the exhaust, I think that would definitely help out a little bit. But obviously, I'm not a Volkswagen engineer. I didn't design any of this stuff, so I could be completely wrong. Maybe this car benefits more off of having hot air versus cooler air. I don't necessarily know, but if you have any experience with like an intake kind of system on a 1.6 16 valve like this, let me know, because I can only imagine just a little cold air intake, a little filter box off to the side versus pulling air right from the heat source would definitely benefit this car a little bit. And I also noticed there's no like connectors or plugins on this air box at all. I'm not sure what's in there, but there's no like anything plugging in, like no math to this at all. So I think if I deleted this entire thing and put another air filter off to the side, I don't think it would throw any codes or change anything. Because I mean, like I said, there's no, not that I can see, there's no, all I pulled is one breather hose off from right there. Nothing electrical was on here, so I think it'd be okay to delete the whole thing. "75 screws later, we're back." So I just put everything back in the car, and I realized in my air filter box is also this little thing, and this goes like right next to where the air filter was on the other side above like the throttle body area, and I forgot to do this, so I gotta pull it back out, undo all the screws again, and put this in because I missed this. Dang it! All right, let's do this again. All right, where are you at? Look at that, it's right there. I completely missed that. All right, oh, Let's pull this one out. Put our nice new one in. I think it's the same way both sides. This is my corner piece. Our new blue seal gasket thing is in. I mean, this one didn't really look too terrible, but we got a new one, so we'll swap it all. Good. Alright, with that done now, this can go back in. And with that, up here we are done. Go ahead and do this next real quick. Drink, little golf, drink. Drink, 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 drink. Last thing to do is swap over the one on the driver's side out with the old and with the new. I love the logo, it looks so much cooler. And also check this out, look what I found. Look what I happened to find after I'm already on the oil change. See that? That's a 30mm socket. Couldn't find it before, now that I'm done, found it. Awesome. Last one is on. And just like that, this car's officially ready for Essen. I apologize if today's video is kind of slow, but I want to take the time. I mean, this car has treated us so well so far. I want to take the time, make sure the maintenance is done, and just keep this car in good running condition. Currently, she's at 320,000 kilometers. Who knows? Maybe we'll see 400,000, 500,000 possibly. I don't know. We'll see how far this thing can go. I hope you guys are excited for Essen tomorrow. I know I am. Also, real quick, if you're not subscribed, the button's right there. Just, just tap it real quick. Subscribe for me. Helps me out a great deal. Don't forget, be thankful for today. See you next time. Peace.